So Heidi, you were the third executed, but don't feel too bad because you were part of a 5-way tie and only lost by 1 second. Other people who tied with you were Greg, Skylar, Jeff, Kemp, and Reggie. So really, it was kind of the luck of the draw who won that round, and unfortunately it was you. But what I wanted to talk about is your suspicion of Kemp first round. Like,
I'm just gonna vote for Kemp, honestly. I think that's what it is.
All the people. Oh no, we have to talk about this because when I asked you who you were the least suspicious of before the game even started, you said Kemp, that you trusted Kemp. So why the first episode did you completely change and suddenly just focus all your attention on Kemp?
I don't know. It's a quote thing, wasn't it? Yeah. I thought you would remember his quote.
Come on, Kemp.
I forget.
Come on, dude.
Jeff, you were one of the latest contestants to be added, and so at first it seemed like you were a little bit unsure, but then you kind of found your niche later on. What about your strategy do you think failed? Or like, did you even have a strategy, or like what was basically going on with you?
I don't know. I don't really think I had that much of a strategy. I mean, I didn't come into the game thinking that I wanted to be some like sly kind of behind the scenes player.
You were the mole's partner in the second task, which was one of her biggest acts of sabotage, and you did not catch on to it at all.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised. I guess Sexy Sister Club doesn't mean a whole lot anymore. Does it, Rachel? I don't know. I guess I learned a lot from this, and you can't really trust your friends.
You were probably the quietest player. Some people got angry with you because they couldn't get inside your head. Do you think that was part of your strategy? Do you think that worked to your advantage?
I think it worked to my advantage for most of the game, and then it didn't.
You're definitely like probably the most competitive person, like screaming competitive, like what are you guys doing? Do you think that kind of detracted from your ability to fool people into thinking you were the mole because you were so out there? Like, do you think backing off a little bit on the competitiveness would have made people suspect you more, or is that not what you were
never
going
really meant to try and make people think I was the mole. I kind of came in just wanting to figure out who it was. Didn't have a strategy come in. I just kind of played it by ear as soon as I got on.
Came to the actual poster game, and when we were trying to find like the building Stary, I'd already known beforehand which building it was, and we got a map and everything which had like numbers for each building, 16 for Stary or something and 23 for other buildings. So I already knew beforehand, so my whole strategy in that thing was don't give everyone the answer as to where we're going. The last question, after we'd done all the math, I hadn't participated at all. I didn't even have my notebook out.
Hoots. I don't know what that came from.
Hoots. Or didn't really do much. I just was distracting everyone because I'm so funny.
This sucks. I'm so cold. I want hot cocoa.
Another group was like, I think it's Stary, and our group not really knowing where the building was, just like, let's follow them. Somehow I and Jordan, mainly I think because Jordan was like, yeah, I think it's 74. I just started saying 74, 74, I think that's the tallest one.
Who put 74? Yeah, somebody put 74.
I remember 74.
And Casey, because a few nights beforehand had said that his height was, he didn't have the exact number, he'd made it up. I was just like, oh my god, you lied about your height.
Yeah, Jeff lied.
Oh my god, and that also made him look more suspicious when it came to being the mole. So that whole height thing, I think, took up a lot of time when it came to the ultimate poster challenge. But also, Paul had said beforehand that everyone was supposed to have had a turn before we start doing doubles of people, or people that had already gone. So I didn't stand up, and Reggie just went down, so we didn't get the point for that.
Greg, that is correct, but I cannot add money because Rachel and Jordan have not yet run.
And then with getting a poster, I did take the longest out of everyone.
Oh, Rachel, run, your fat ass! Run!
Rachel! And I just walked up the stairs because I didn't want to fall or anything.
Whoa!
So I had to be blindfolded, and Skylar had to tell me all the names so I'd remember. Poor Skylar. I just wasn't really paying attention at that point. I was also walking mostly when it came to her dragging me around. And then when it came to like memorizing and putting all the names down in order, I completely swapped them over. And
That is highly wrong.
oh, damn it. I don't know, maybe it was I played off of the ditziness or something, or whatever that was. People are just like, I think it's Skylar. I had the majority of the books over in my direction, and also all those books pretty much did have all the hints in them. So the clues beforehand, we had clues to say which books they were in or what pages. I was like, oh, I'm just going to ignore this.
Yeah.
What?
That was like total trivia show.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna flip through.
But even when looking through the books, I just sifted through them and would put them aside, and you know, we thought for a long time, oh my gosh, we can't find them. But in order, because the last round people were either suspecting me or Skylar because we were the only group that had messed up, I just wanted to kind of lay low when it came to that.
Third task, I ripped up the papers. Skylar would hand me a clue and I would rip them up into just one word out of 8 words that she gave me and hand them to people downstairs. And then I kept all those in my pockets until they were done giving me clues, and then they were all talking, so I ran into the library and threw them away in a trash can and put another piece of paper over it so that no one would find it. And I blamed it on Skylar.
Alright, so then with the trivia game, I had gotten all the trivia answers beforehand, so I knew all of them, the true or false answers. I only had gotten one sheet of paper, which was the movie and television set of questions, and I said for 2 of them, I don't know these, so I gave them to Casey.
Okay, cool. So that's true.
And he put down another answer, but beforehand I'd already had a few wrong answers. And then when it came to the Tiny Bubbles challenge, so fun. Casey and me had to be in the same room together, and he decided to stop keeping track of time, so that helped. But then Paul's in the corner, like, giving me time signals, saying when it's been like 5 minutes or whatever.
So Paul, like, really was doing this, like, hi, Rachel. And then I'd look over dancing, like, hey, Paul. And Paul would go, and, like, I fell for it. Like, I was all about it. I was like, Paul's having a good time.
So I already knew how much time was being used. Somehow Casey had, like, an internal clock or something, and it was like, it's been 10 minutes. So the only thing I could do at that point, besides, you know, taking his mind off of the game or, you know, counting or anything, I just tried to stall as much as I could when it came to us leaving the room.
It's time to go, and I wasn't going to let anything Rachel did affect me, and so I just walked out of the room without her. And then turned around and watched her come out so that she couldn't take more than like 10 seconds.
Make me happy, make me feel fun.
With the exemption challenge, I figured just because I will never get eliminated, I wanted everyone to, again, not suspect me as the mole. So I wanted to make it look like I really wanted the exemption, but also I thought it'd be really funny if I did get the exemption for everyone else just to be scared about possibly getting out.
Ben cheated. Everyone saw it. Paul edited it in. And during the competition, it really made me mad because not only was that the time where I was really scared of what was going to happen and I really wanted immunity really badly, but also it's just like, number one, like, that's rude. Like, this is a fun game. We're all just trying to have a good time, and like, yeah, some of us may get bitchy, but like, I would never break the rules intentionally because I think that really messes people up, and I don't think that's fair. And number 2, it's just like embarrassing of him. Like, he didn't have enough confidence in himself that he could win.
And the other one, he goes like this. And when he goes like this, he screws up a bunch of them, and one of them falls onto my side of the desk, so I'm just like, oh, Casey's having a temper tantrum, whatever, I'll just put it back. And like, so and you just watch the video, it's me organizing them. Like, they're literally, I'm straightening every single little card because that's what I do.
He like still won't apologize and say like, I'm sorry for cheating, that was lame. So he gets everything he deserves.
And then with this next challenge, I didn't do anything. When it came to the only challenge I think I had to do at least something in, the running up and down the stairs, I did a few, but then I just sat down and talked to Amanda. So that's what I did at that challenge. That's the majority of what I did. But also with like the puzzle or finding out, I don't even remember that the other one was, but like finding out which one was incorrect over that little paper challenge. I didn't do those at all.
E?
The puzzles, I'd shift the puzzle pieces around and make it at least look like I was doing something. But yeah, again, a time suck thing, just not contributing. We were ultimately supposed to find like Casey or Reggie, or they were supposed to find us, and both of them. For ours, where they were supposed to find us, I think it was the second question. I'm surprised Ben actually followed along. I knew that they would probably say, I think it was Reggie or Casey. I knew they'd probably say the other person. So I just came to the first answer off the top of my head, which I knew that they probably wouldn't suspect. So that just led them to the wrong area, which put $20 or $10 into my pot.